Fulltime Father Podcast, man. We in here and we are ready to inspire, man. We got the big dog or the big dog here. Go ahead, introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Melissa Santillan. I'm not only a business owner, but I'm considered a community advocate and leader in the city of Rockford. I'm involved in the arts community. I'm a board member for the Rockford Area Art Council. I also took a board position in the Rockford Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce this year. So very involved, very connected with community and an event organizer. And that's what we're here to talk about some of today.
Nice, nice. Yes, ma'am. We are here to because basically it's been a lot going on with the
Yeah.
ICE, um, and there's a lot of hatred, man, and a lot of mis and uneducated people just spurting shit out, just saying shit. And I truly believe, like we was talking last night, I truly believe people are paid to just stir up shit. I
Yeah.
kind of feel like a lot of them people don't even probably believe the shit that they be saying. They just, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead
Blindly
and start off.
following.
There we go. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and just start off with some facts because we want to deal with facts, right? So we're gonna talk about how this land was stolen from the native people. All right. So the United States perpetrated one of the most indigenous acts of disappearances through a paper genocide. This act was the deliberate and systematic destruction of Native Americans' culture, language, and identity as unique radical group who identified the color of skin and geographic precedence. Black African American, white European, brown Latina, Latin American. The erase started on the East Coast, where census officially between 1790 and 1840 registered Native people as black, Milanos, Musty, Musty. I never say that word right, but it's Mustee, or colored, resulting in millions becoming enslaved. This classification, framed by a white supremacist system, created an administrative archive of false documents to support the idea that only European descendants controlled the land. So basically, what they're saying is that they literally think they pulled up on us because there were already hundreds million people here living already, right? So when you talking like discovered America, like you discovered it because y'all didn't know about it, but it was already happening. Like people over here thriving already. So um, they
More than
pulled
thriving. More than thriving. That's why they wanted a piece of this pie over here because they saw civilization, they saw culture, they saw clean streets, they saw irrigation, I mean they saw agriculture, everything that they did not have, we had here already.
absolutely, and they seen so many opportunities, money, everything. Like and of course they built and they thrive off a capitalist system. So, they taught us to not speak our language. They came on, they forced us. They was raping us. They did all these inhumane things, and then had the nerve to use a piece of paper to take the land from us, and then tell us, y'all can't be here.
And they forced their religion on us. So they
Or
try to hide the history from us. They don't want us to know who we really are or that we were indigenous to this land. So through lies, genocide, like you said, they completely bamboozled us, I guess. We were open arms, saw newcomers. They were different than us. I know if you do research at that time too, like in Europe, they didn't bathe regularly. They came over here and seen like the natives and the Aztecs, and they were bathing sometimes twice a day. They actually had bathhouses. They had just things that they were not used to. I mean, over there, they were dumping feces and urine in the streets, garbage in the streets. They came over and brought all kinds of famine because they had the bubonic plague that was going on over there. So and it was the way that they were living. They weren't living as cleanly as maybe we were on this side of the continent.
and that goes to show you. So most most melanated people were born around warm weather. And so we had everything in our arm's reach. So we didn't have to have the type of mentality to hurt and harm each other because everything we needed was right there. Now we talking about people that were born that came straight out of fucking caves. This is not to hurt nobody's feelings. I just don't give a fuck how you feel.
Mhm.
But this just we just talking facts. You know what I'm saying? That's just real shit. There's this historical Caucasus mountain. That's exactly where the name come from. So, but they came from cold temperatures. Like they come from like not being able to have food as an abundant as the others. So, their instant mentality is to steal, kill, and destroy, and that's exactly what they do. It's exactly what they did, and it's what they do. Um, Now, speaking about the reclassification, because this is extremely important, I think a lot of people miss this. Um, and I'm not too sure on Latino side, but we need. But first, before I even say this, we need to understand that we all melanated. I just
Yes.
want to like this. There's no difference. Like we are all melanated.
Yes.
Just some got more than others. We are all fucking melanated. Original beings of this universe and this planet, by the way. But the reclassification, so that's literally a strategic plan. I've My race have been called Negro, Black, Indians, African American, which I don't, which was crazy to me. How could you be from two different fucking places, African and American? That's
Well,
wild as hell.
they
Like,
want to classify us as Mexican American, African American, Asian American, Muslim American. But then if you go and tell them, well, you're European American, they're like, what? What does that mean? You're not from here. You're from Europe. So when they tell us go back to our country, and I've been hearing that a lot lately, a lot, go back to your country. Okay, well, really learn about the education that was taught to us in schools. The education that they taught to us was their agenda. They wanted us to learn their history so that it didn't demonize them. They didn't want to show what they did to us to obtain this land and the things that they did to Native American, Indigenous people, and Black people. Because after they remove Native people from their land, Trail of Tears, go back in history. You can read all of this. Everybody can research what we are talking about. What we are stating are absolute facts. Once they removed us from our land, and they pretty much said, you have all of this, but now we're going to move you over here. This piece of paper says that this is our land now. So now we're going to move you over here. Okay, well, we need that land now. So now we're going to put you in this little corner over here with these invisible lines that we created. That because the indigenous people didn't believe in borders, lines. That
ownership
didn't
and shit.
exist until the Europeans got here. You know, and they fled because they didn't want to pay taxes. And think about that. The people who fled obviously were not doing good. They were the bottom of the barrel people there in Europe. They were fleeing for a reason because they weren't making it there. So when they got here and they saw this new world, what they kept calling the new world, they pull up on us and they see how we're living. They wanted it, they wanted it. And not only that, like I said, they saw civilization, they saw cultivation, they saw innovation. um, the people were beautiful, unlike what they were used to seeing in Europe. We had color, and we dressed different, and we were connected to the land, and we respected the land, we respected the animals. They were not doing that over there, and they really, really wanted to start a new life here. So instead of doing it the right way, they came and, yes, did they come and lie and conquer and do all those things? They did do all of those things. They don't want to share that and show that to us, because I remember learning history in middle school, high school, right? They pull out the history books and they're teaching us about Christopher Columbus and all these other heroes, Spanish heroes. That Okay, well, Native people, indigenous people from this land, and the reason why we're all different colors. You see us, some of us, like, look at me, I'm very light complected, right? I look very European. My last name is Santillana. It originates from Spain. I am majority, it looks like, of colonizer. So, like, I have colonizer's blood in me. They made it with us. They got rid of over 90% of our population through famine, through disease, through genocide, all of those things that they did to take advantage of the land, get rid of the people. And they did. They're like, if we get rid of the men, we get rid of the boys. They wanted to keep the women, right? They started mating with us. They started making them slaves. And, just like how they used to have in the during the slave days, they would sometimes take people that were slaves and put them in the house. You know how they said they had like house slaves, and so they did those things to us too. We became wives. They were having affairs with us. They were breeding with us. They were having children with us, right? So we are here and we exist today because we adapted. We adapted just like your ancestors adapted. A lot of us are mixed, and the United States is a melting pot now. And we pride ourselves on diversity. And now they're trying to tell us that our diversity is illegal. That you can, and I know Monday was a big slap in the face. Supreme Court ruled that they could racial profile Latinos. That
And
is the
then
wildest shit I ever heard in my life. So because I'm brown, because I speak Spanish, and because I look the part and I have what's considered a low wage job, they have every right to pull me over and question me and question my legal status. That's
that's
wild,
wild as
bro.
hell.
Like,
That's wild. So because they secretly been doing it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like they've been that's what's been happening, period, for years. So now that they got the okay to do it, it's gonna
yeah.
be way many it's gonna be so many more deaths. It's gonna be like so much more chaos because now they can just fuck with you. And black people, I need y'all to understand. I don't even like saying black people, by the way, put that on record, but I just said because it's a national term. But um, black people, if they doing this public to them, y'all out y'all motherfucking mind. If y'all think they not coming for us, they
And
have
and
been.
and why are they coming at us first? You think about it. In 2030, there was a statistic done. Latinos are going to be the majority race. Why do you think they're coming at us first? You know, and yeah, they did their best to kind of rid us from our history, strip us from acknowledging who we really are and where we come from. But we know, just like you black people know, Latinos know now. Like, we completely understand. We even have Afro Latinos. We have Afro Latinos. You think about like Puerto Rico, Cuba, right? All of those, Dominican Republic. We are mixed in like nobody can say that they are one thing. Nobody can say that they are one thing. This country was founded on immigrants, and we are all of a mixed race somehow. Even them, they might not even, you do a damn ancestry and they find out they got some kind of African in them, or they got some kind of Latino or an Indigenous. It probably would kill them if they knew that you actually are of mixed race as well.
It would explode as soon as they get the results, for sure. Um, nah, and that's real because a lot of people um don't put that connection together. Me personally, when we talk about God, we talking about religion, all that other stuff. I truly believe there's one source. So I'm gonna just do a quick example, right? If this cell phone was God, right? If this cell phone was God, just hypothetically, right? It's the only thing that exists. If this cell phone started creating things, what is everything made out of? Cell phone, right? So if God made everything and we all come from the same source, why are we out here at each other next? Because they came over and made that shit happen. Like even with us talking about race difference and shit like that, that's their language. That's their shit. Like
Race
people
is not
wasn't
a real thing. Race is not a
yeah.
real thing. We are all
Mm-hmm.
human beings. We're
Come on
all
now.
human beings. We're not different species. We're human beings. So, man,
Absolutely.
it's just wild that they would treat another human being like the way that they are, like, you want to lock us up, you want to strip us away from our families. Even the incident that happened with the gentleman yesterday in Franklin Park. He was afraid. He was an immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
They were questioning him. He got scared. He tried to pull off on them. The police officer didn't want to let go of him. And I believe what happened was he kind of dragged him down the road. And what did that ICE officer do? He pulled out his pistol and he shot him dead.
Absolutely. And that's probably what he wanted to do. Like that's the thing that a lot of people missing. Um, a lot of the shit don't hit home until it hit home. You know what I mean? Until like the same people, especially like that post that you put up, and a lot of people was back there going back and forth. If them same people, if that shit happened to their brother or sister, they'd be outraged. Be
Yes.
fuck. It don't matter what the legal status was, any shape, form, or fashion. That person wouldn't be like, "What? My brother didn't have his papers, so fuck him." No, they wouldn't say that at all.
Well, look at this
Shit.
shit that happened. A good for instance is the stuff with Charlie Kirk that just got murdered, right? Man, when they announced who did that, Did you see the look on that man's face? He really was just like, I never thought it would be my own from our own state. He wanted it to be a black person, a Latino, an immigrant. He wanted it to be someone other than a white male that was from Utah.
And you know what's fucked
Um,
up about it? That's not historically us though. That's neither one of us. That's not us at all. We don't do assassinations.
we
Right?
don't
That's
we don't
not
do mass
we,
shootings.
that
We
shouldn't have been us at all. Like
and
why
then
would you but
the yeah, the school shooting happened the same day, and they wanted to half flag the, like put the flag half staff all day for this man who was clearly a racist. I call it what it is a racist, a Nazi is a Nazi. That dude did not give one fuck
but
about black people, Latino people, or anyone of color. He didn't care about women's rights. The hate speech that he used to put out, and when they were discussing with him, right, it was about the Second Amendment, about having guns, and he clearly stated some people are going to have to lose their lives in order for me to have my Second Amendment. I
mhm,
mean,
yeah,
I'm gonna leave it right there. You feel how you feel. I don't agree. No one should get murdered like that in the public. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you get the energy that you put out.
absolutely.
That's what this is.
Absolutely. And people don't understand how real that is. That's so real. Vibrations and frequency is the in sound. Those are the three major key things of life. Like it's literally the shit you get out, you get back. You know what I'm saying? That's an actual fact.
That's a real
Um
thing. Even like the healing things, the healing, like you look at churches and temples and things like
oh,
that.
you better
What
talk.
did they do with
Mhm.
all the damn bells? That was bringing off frequencies. Frequency has healing properties, and I'm not trying to be like a conspiracy theorist. Why do you think all of the bells are gone? Why do you think like every time you see a building and it says we founded this, you didn't find shit. It was here and you took it over. That's what founded means.
Absolutely, literally what it means. Like you
Hmm.
said, that was perfect. That's so perfect. You brought that up. The church, like if you look inside them old churches at the top, the patterns, those are frequency patterns.
Those are
They are
frequency
literally
patterns.
frequency patterns.
You can produce that with water by letting off a frequency, and you can see clearly that's how those mosaic glass structures and things like that were created. When you go in there, you feel a certain way, right? You feel serene, you feel calm. Why do you feel like that? You feel like that because that's a place for healing. It was always a place for healing. But what they did was they forced us into their religion, and they stripped us from ours and our beliefs and our traditions. They literally degraded both of our races. Literally fully degraded both of our races. Um our both of our races were being lynched, raped, murdered. Like, yeah, I don't even know what else to say, but that was intentional. They wanted to come and conquer, and they did. And I guess I would be mad too. I would be mad too. You wanted to wipe us out, but we adapted, and all of us are still here. So you're mad now because melanated people are going
Tables
to
turning.
be are going to be the highest majority in this country. And so even like last night, you and I had a quick conversation. Even like in the 70s, when they tried to plan parenting and birth control, that was all about control. They didn't want us having more children. When they released crack on the streets, they were trying to make us self destruct. Latinos, black people, they've always tried to wipe us out. They just never said it publicly. Now they don't give a shit. They're saying it, waving up with their red MAGA hats, and they literally are letting us know how they feel about us and how they have always felt about us.
Absolutely. And that's crazy because race people that was racism, just like you said, people that was racist, me growing up, they were scared to say they was racist. Like they
Yeah.
wasn't like being proud about it, no shape, form, or fashion. Especially us being young and teenagers and shit, because we were young fighting grown ass men. So
Mhm.
and the adults knew that, so they knew not to just walk up and tell, "Hey, you little nigger, this, nigger that," or some shit. But now, what man? They are loud and
They're allowed,
fucking proud.
literally calling us wetbacks, beaners. Okay, well, so we crossed the freaking Rio Grande. That was like a river or whatever like that. Y'all came all over from a motherfucking ocean and brought a bunch of people from Africa. So like you kicked us out of our land. You brought slaves here to build America. So without immigrants, without the indigenous people, without people coming from all different countries at that time, when different people from different countries were coming in, America wouldn't be what it is. It's not.
Wouldn't
Like
have
this
enough
is
people.
literally built on the
Mm-hmm.
backs of Latinos and black
You
people.
know, they
Asians
wouldn't
too.
have
I have
had
to give
enough
my
people.
Asian people their props too, because they came in a certain time. They were building the railroad. I do history. I research history because the shit that they taught us is not real history. It's what they wanted us to know.
Absolutely. And that was a very good point right there because it wasn't enough white people at the time for them to establish any motherfucking thing anywhere. They had to come up with a plan.
And they're
And
not willing
honestly,
to do that kind of work, that kind of
mhm,
labor. They're not. And even now they're talking about we're taking your jobs, we're taking your jobs. We're doing all the jobs nobody wants to do. You can never call a Latino person lazy. We work our asses off. We have multiple jobs. We have businesses. We've gone out and gotten degrees. We're starting to sit in seats that they don't want to see us in. So now it's a threat. Now it's a threat. Now that we're educated, now that we know. Because before it was, they were having us conform. You look at even the way that they set up the public schools. They set up the public schools. It looks like a freaking prison. You have lunch when we tell you. You have a bell. There's times for this. There's times for that. You're learning this. You're learning that. It's literally, school's not set up to truly teach our kids. It's set up to conform.
absolutely. And I'm the person that the teachers I know they get tired of me. I tell my kids that. I tell my kids in and out like what's the whole program of the system, the school. When they not doing like excellent in school, I don't be like, oh man, y'all in trouble. Hell no. Like y'all passing great. Y'all passing? Cool. Like
You
I'm not
passing?
finna sit there and have y'all stressed out about some shit, some information that y'all will never fucking use again. Like, come on, man. Like we
Because why are they not teaching them how to how to do agriculture? Why are they not teaching them how to start your own business? Why are they not
credit.
teaching them life skills? Life skills.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we had like parenting classes, cooking. They took all that shit away.
Because they realized that they were raising functional adults that's going to walk away from their system. They was like, oh hell no, hell no, let's go ahead and take all this out. We need these
They
people
did.
very docile slaves, like absolutely. And
Dumb
um
to the system.
and
Want
even
need
then,
they
like
they want us to need them. That's what it is. They want us
mhm,
to need them.
that's the biggest thing right there. That hits that shit on the head. A lot of these issues we wouldn't even be talking about, wouldn't even come up if we are just doing for self. As long as we depend on their system, they're going to just treat us exactly how they treat us. I think it was the honorable Muhammad that
Mm-hmm.
was like, we until we come together, they're going to keep doing this to us. We have to unite. It's like it's not an option. Like if we don't, they're going to keep doing it. I want y'all to there's 8 billion people in the world. Um melanated people got that shit well over 90%.
On
And,
lock. We're the
and
majority.
and we're not in charge?
Why do you think
Come
he's
on, man.
welcoming why do you think he's welcoming white Africans and people from other countries as long as they're of a white descent and a white race, but they want to eliminate us because they are trying their hardest. And I heard something, I'm sure you heard this too. They're giving like an incentive, some type of tax break. If you have white children, you're going to get this much your taxes. Like what kind of shit is that? Like
Mhm.
that's wild. So they're trying to encourage them, but like they don't realize that melanated people make all people. Like let me say that again. Melanated people create all people. They know that we can procreate with no issues, no flaws. And they want to stop that. They want to stop that. You remember back in the day, how many kids did your grandma and great grandparents had?
Come on now.
We had 10, 12, 13 kids in our families, right? You look at the families now, it's dwindled down. It's like two or three.
Mhm.
Why? They made that happen. The system made it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that we plan for the weekend. These people plan 100 years ahead. You know what I'm saying? So like they know, like they're very aware of what the fuck is going to happen and how it's going to happen. They have a plan for everything. We are the ones that are being poisoned and are I'm gonna speak about parasites because I don't think people understand how powerful these entities are. Parasites hijack your brain. They will make you there's a bunch of different types, but a certain parasite will make you extra sexual. I need you like to please process that audience. There's a parasite that will make you sexual as fuck. And we talking about you can get these motherfuckers from when you born. So we got kids raising growing up and they're liking the same sex or they're subjected to of course an uncle or somebody touching them, but then when it happens that they just go rampant and now it's just their life. It's like literally 90% of our health issues have to tie in with um put providing the perfect environment for parasites to live. And all of the I said all of that to say is that they know that they study us, we don't study them. You feel me? So they always got a plan for a plan. They every time we think we done some shit or overcame some shit, which we do often, and that's what history proves, and over and over, we always overcoming shit. But they always got something to shoot us back down. So
Well,
until
well,
we,
look at Dr. Sebi. He was doing everything, right? Dr. Sebi. I love Dr. Sebi. When you listen and you start learning about that man, he was healing us. He was teaching us how to heal yourself, how to get rid of toxins out of your body. He was doing so much, they wanted to shut him the fuck down. You know, like when you start knowing too much and you start educating the community, they don't want us to know that they're poisoning us with the foods, the things we put in our body, on our body, the water we drink, everything down to the T has been calculated and planned.
explanation that I've been told about how our body works, it just makes sense. I think a third grader can understand it. Your body's on defense 24/7. It's never on offense. It's always on defense. It's trying to just thrive and heal you. So um when you when you are putting everything, I'm sorry, well let's just go right to the food. When you're putting food that's not made for your DNA, you're putting lotions and shit that got poison on it because people don't understand your skin is still a moth. You still consume shit through your
It's
skin.
your largest organ of your body.
Largest organ. You hear me?
It's an
Um
organ. Yeah. It
and then
absorbs.
you hear me? And then you got the air, you got the water we drink, got all this shit. Your body is trying to detox all day long with no breaks.
No days
Of
off.
course, it's going to break down. It's going to like most of us experience health issues like in our 30s and shit. That's because we've been eating and doing dumb shit and bad shit to our body for decades. You know what I'm saying? So now we get to our
That's why
30s and
there's liquor
40s.
stores on every corner. That's why there's drugs put in our neighborhoods. That because you don't
Come on
you
now.
don't see that in predominantly white cities and white neighborhoods. You see them in our neighborhoods.
The liquor stores that's in the white neighborhoods, they in like Whole Foods and you know what I'm saying, and that like they grocery stores and shit. They ain't
And
just
they
they
got
really got.
wine and I mean the even the type of liquor that we get addicted to. It's a plan. It's put in front of us for us to. They're fishing. They're like waiting for us to take the bait, waiting for us to take. And what do they do? They put people, famous people, musicians, rappers, like popping bottles and in front of car. They make it look like it's a luxurious lifestyle, but they do it on purpose. It's a distraction so they can create addictions throughout our communities.
Not knowing that you can add an extra 40 years to your life by just changing your diet. You
That
can
part
slap
right there.
another 40 motherfucking years on your life just by simply making a diet change, man. That should let you know how important it is. But we said all that to say is that there's always been an agenda to attack us. And until we come together, Rockford, Illinois. Let me talk to y'all directly. I understand that there's a lot of hate, this and that. I grew up with having issues with Latinos and Mexicans because that's what the fuck we were taught to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Now that we are full blown fucking adults, we got kids, man. We got responsibility. We got shit to do. We should automatically know that this is a fucking systematic plan. Now, with the attack that's going on with ICE and everything, stop separating yourself from that shit,
Because
please.
I have heard Black people like on social media, TikTok, things like that, saying this is not our fight. Everybody stand back. And let's talk about that. I grew up in a neighborhood where it was Latino and Black majority. I have best friends. I have family members that are half Black. So, and the crazy thing is, they don't want us to be together, and they purposely try to figure out ways to make us hate each other and not support one another. And like you said, the moment that we unite, the moment, and I think that this, what's happening right now, this current situation, I pray that we can unite and come together, because it's not even just about Latinos right now. It's people of color are under attack. So yeah, they're coming at us right now, and you had mentioned it. You don't think that they're going to come at Black people. You don't think they're going to have an issue with Asian people, Muslim people. We've seen throughout the centuries the things that they've done to every different race that is of color. It's going to continue. It's not going to stop. They just need to knock us off first, and then they'll be on to the next. This administration is just so unpredictable and so calculated. Like they literally are 10 steps ahead, and just they're wishing and wanting our demise. And that's sad, because we're, like I said, we're humans. We're all humans. We all come from the same. God created all of us equal. Um, and to have that much hate in your heart, man, it's got to be,
Crazy,
it's crazy. Like, I can't even imagine
right?
hating someone that you just wish that they would die, or that you say ugly things and that you don't care because they're immigrants. Why? Because and even Spanish. Like, oh, we speak Spanish. That's not even our language. We lost our language, just like Black people lost. You don't know where your tribe is from in Africa. You lost your language. We're Native people. I don't know what type of
Man,
indigenous person I am. I don't know what my language was. I don't know what our beliefs were. We're just starting to learn here and there, researching ourselves, because everything's at our hand because of the web now.
oh yeah, we might lose some listeners at this point, but yeah, we keep talking this African shit. And when the pyramids on American lands are older than the pyramids in Egypt,
They are.
I truly believe at this point that this was all another part of their plan to disconnect us from the original land. Like there are old ass maps that shows that America is Egypt. These are actual historical fucking maps. Most of the churches that's in America that sit on mounds, they're sitting on top of pyramids.
There are
They look like
pyramids all
hills.
over the United States, and there are things all over the United States. How, in different areas, when they said nobody was connected, are there all these things that are similar? There are all these things from South America, North America, across the ocean. There's pyramids, there's structures that were there. And they claim that we're only like how many thousands of years? And then, like even when they arrived and they saw Tenochtitlan, like the big city that was in Mexico City. They built that off of a swamp. They literally built that off. They were innovators. They figured out how to create a huge city and landmass that sustained over 2 million people. There weren't even 2 million people in Europe at that time when they arrived. So they're wondering, how can a city sustain and provide food and healthcare and all of these things, right? And they're literally just looking like in awe. So when they walk, they're just like, wow, it was like a fairy tale land. They'd never seen anything like that. Like, like when you do the research and you see how they were living over there, where there was feces and urine in the street and there were rats everywhere, and they were covering their stench with perfumes. That's how perfumes were created. They were wearing high heels so they wouldn't step in the urine and the feces that was all over the floors in the streets. This is how they lived. When they came here, we were completely the opposite. It was, cleanliness. We were, like I said, it was all about bathhouses and staying clean, and your body was a temple, and that's where all them sayings came from. So, um, And I do believe, like what you're saying, like all of the pyramids, all everything, somehow we were all connected before they claimed that they founded this land. There's much more, and this is a
Pangea.
whole different conversation. There's much more to this that we could definitely dive into a different episode.
Yeah, but no, it's just the Pangea thing. So all the continents was connected at one point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really how that happened because there's a symbol. It's called the flower of life. It's on every continent. It's the same symbol. It's old than a motherfucker. It's actually the oldest symbol, period. And and it's everywhere. I can only assume that when everything was connected, motherfuckers was just walking across from Africa to United States, just walking or, however they travel. I mean, but for sure you good?
I
It's okay.
am giving the
Oh,
immigration
okay, okay.
lawyer
Take
the
your
new
time.
link.
For
There
sure.
you go.
Take
He's like, I'm trying to get in.
All
Oh,
right, there we
it's
go.
not.
So yeah, and that's really dope, man. Like we got a immigration lawyer about to join us. Like, come on now, let's come on, let's talk. Let's get to some facts,
Oh,
man.
I'm
Let's
trying to
stop
make sure
um
I'm. Is
get
this
out
the old?
y'all emotions.
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to make sure I send it to him correctly. Okay. So yeah, so Julio
There you
actually
go.
jumped on one of our posts.
There we go.
Hey,
Hello.
how
Hey,
are you,
how's it
my
going, brother?
friend?
I'm good, my friend. How's it going?
Good. Good to have you on here with us.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for the invite.
We
Yes.
can barely hear
Happy to
you.
have you.
I'm not sure.
Let me see if I can. Let me move closer. Can you hear me a little bit better now? A little better.
There we go. You starting to come in. Say
Yep.
a little bit
I
more.
can hear you.
So let me introduce. My name is Julio. I don't think I have the privilege of meeting you before, man.
I don't know if it's might just be my headphones. I can barely hear you, bro.
Okay. Can you hear me, Melissa?
I can hear you.
Okay. Because I can speak up. I'm half
Okay.
Puerto Rican. I can be louder, right? But just let
Yeah,
me know.
nah,
That's
he's going in and out.
no.
Let me see. It might just be the settings.
You can hear Melissa though, right?
Automatic mic volume. It might be my fault. Just like nope. Turn it all the way up. Say something else, sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
I can hear you. We can make it happen.
I
I
can
just
hear you.
listen a little closer.
I
Oh,
can hear
I
you.
have somebody else that wants to hop on too. Hold on. I'm going to send them the
Oh, pull
link
them
too.
in. Yes, pull
I'm
them in.
pulling them in. She actually runs a Latina empowerment group here in Rockford, and uh, she probably has some things to say too about this situation. Let me see. Oops. Technical difficulties always, right?
Always,
Yeah.
always.
It's
Especially
all
when you're
right.
trying to build, it has to happen.
That's fine. We will figure it out. And I know one thing too is I keep encouraging people that I'm talking to about not responding the way they want us to. Try to peacefully protest because they want to show that we're savages, we're ghetto, so that they can call the guard in and they can start a civil war and they can do all these things to us. I mean, we already saw Monday when the Supreme Court ruled that they could racial profile. That just blows my mind. How in 2025 is that even a thing? Like I
Hmm.
and if it's for Latinos right now, do you think that's going to be for other people as well? I believe so.
Without a doubt. Without a
Without a
doubt.
doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Basically, they destroyed probable cause, right? It used to be law enforcement had to have probable cause to stop you. Now, the Supreme Court has basically said they can just look at you, your race, whatever your racial component, how you're dressed, what you say, and that's enough, your accent, and that's enough to stop you. It's ridiculous. I don't know if I lost Melissa.
No, I'm
Okay.
here. I'm just sending
Okay.
somebody the link
Okay,
right now.
gotcha. No, so I mean, and obviously, I'm just joining this conversation, so I don't know what you guys were talking about before. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So they're trying to bait us, to demonstrate in a way that would maybe turn violent because we're frustrated as a community, as a group, right? What's going on? All this BS. The community is actually being attacked, right? Our community is being attacked. So you can understand the frustration of, hey, F this, we're going to go out and do this, that, or whatever. But that's what they want. That's what they want, really.
I'm still here, you guys, and I can hear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to adjust your audio, brother. Just keep going though. I got you.
Yeah.
It's really going
And
out.
I bet you have been extremely busy since all of this started.
You know, it's a really interesting question, Melissa. Most people assume that I'm really busy, and on one hand I am, but on the other hand I'm not. Why? People are scared. People are scared. I have clients scared to even visit me in my office. I'm like, abogado, let's just do a
They probably
video.
think people are scoping your office out. Well,
Exactly.
we've seen
Exactly.
them come and detain people right out of court.
It's interesting. In Elgin, we've got a lot of activity. I don't know about Rockford, but in Elgin, we've got a lot of
Not yet,
activity from ICE.
but I
So
heard this
it's like
weekend it's going down.
people are scared. So on one hand, people need to see me because they have obviously immigration's at their door. On the other hand, they don't want to start something. They don't want to put themselves out there. They just want to, stay quiet and hopefully this passes away. So it's a mix. My business is not like this, to be honest. It's just the way it is. And I'm not in it for just the business aspect. I'm here obviously to help the community. So, but yeah, people are scared. So what I try to do in my office, located in Elgin, is to educate as much as possible. Right, educate people as much as possible with my social media posts. When I talk to people verbally, I really do feel the more that people are informed and educated, the more we can arm ourselves and defend ourselves from this.
And I know a lot of us have. I actually have some in my barbershop, but I have those know your rights cards in
Yeah,
English and in
awesome.
Spanish to hand out so that people know what to do if they are approached. And I know that different. I know California was trying to do it. There's other states working on doing this as well, including our own. But they're trying to ask these agents, if you're going to approach us, announce who you are. Come unmasked. You're literally coming and kidnapping people. We don't know who you are. If you're with the agency that you claim to be with, how do we know that? You're coming in just snatching people up, snatching kids up, snatching families up. So what like literally coming at us like cartel style.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
It's horrible. It's sad. It's sad that it to me as an American, obviously I'm born here all my life. What saddens me is that people don't seem to care. Like not just what's happening in the Latino community, but in general, the Constitution of this country in general, it's like it's just slipping away, right? These rights that we had, and it's like no one seems to care or care enough. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
No, for sure. Yeah, man. And that's the that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. Um, it's it's a lot. It's a lot targeted, and it's a systematic system. You know what I'm saying? So, once with the once it gets to the point to where they're just violating our rights like that, um, please can I bring this back? Can we just fucking unite and get this shit over with, man? Can we come together? Like just like
Some of us
honestly,
are
man.
ready for the revolution. Everybody else needs to wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
So
man. Like damn.
and you can kind of see the way they're setting it up. They want to set this up for a civil war. They want us to fight back.
Yeah,
They want
they
us
do.
to fight back so they can do what they plan to do. They want to hurt us. They want to wipe us out. They want to start killing us, and that's exactly what they want. I'm really surprised that Los Angeles didn't react because when all this popped off, right? When all this popped off, and we're watching, and I'm like, oh man, LA's not going. They're gonna fight back. They're gonna, and I did see a lot of peaceful protests. I did see a lot of unity there. Just the pride that I had to be like, wow, they were really like trying to be heard and trying to send messages and trying to show that they're gonna stand up for their people, and they're right there by the border. But man, Chicago is they're very coming off to me like, hold my beer, I'm about to fight this motherfucker. Like, so like I'm looking at Chicago like with the responses that the mayor has had and Pritzker has had, uh cracking up the day I open my feed and I see all the ice trucks or like the salt trucks out there and respond to them bringing ice in. I was just like, damn, that
Yeah,
was a smack in the face. They're gonna be mad as fuck.
yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like he stopped his invasion of Chicago, right? He's going to go to Memphis now, right? And
Yeah.
that just shows you, like, it just shows you that if the people are mad enough, we can stop this. I mean, we can change this fucking Hitler's mind, right? Be like, listen, no, you're not going to just storm into Chicago, right? And lock up brown and black people. Fuck you. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, Chicago's not the one, and they made that
Chicago's not
known.
the one. And I love that about.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that, like you said, man, it goes to show, man. You when you united, man, they run. Most other countries, the government are scared of their people.
Yeah.
We are scared of our government. You know what I'm saying? So, Once we realize all we have to do is just stand up. Like
Yeah,
that
man.
should be a prime example. We should never stop talking about what just happened in Chicago. We should never stop talking about that.
No,
I agree, bro. I agree.
no. And you know, like just the things that they do too, it's like, what are you distracting us from? You're doing
Oh,
this, is it because something else is, because it's always something, it's always like some type of agenda, some type
I ain't
of,
got no problem saying it. I ain't got no problem saying it. They're dying. White people are dying. They're not producing. So they have
yeah.
to come out with a plan to take us down with their ass.
Yep.
That's facts. That's not
because
me
we're
being
producing
racist.
They,
like
they,
None
rabbits.
of that.
right. They don't produce like us, right? They don't
Yeah,
produce
yeah.
like us. They just don't. They just
We
so when
fucking
they talk,
talking. I'ma say
what?
it.
No, you're right. When they're talking about the population going down, it's not in Africa or in Latin America, the global population. That's white people. White people ain't doing
Absolutely.
what they need to do, and they're going to blame. You know, and of course, we knew this. They know that this country is changing, right? They know it. They can feel it. Obama, of course, that was the symbol of it. But the bottom line is, they know that this country is changing, right? And this is the reaction. Trump is the reaction of all that. Hopefully, he's the last one, right? But that's what that you hit on the head, man. These white people who want to keep the white institution in power, right? They're going to do this is their last. This is their last throw. Trump represents their last chance to do this, right? So, I mean, he's doing everything he can, and we got to be enough to wake up and say, no, that's not going to happen under our watch, you know?
And it's openly
True.
giving like KKK, white supremacy, like
Yes. Like
all
what?
day. Like you're watching just the like the things that I never thought would be allowed on television, on media. How, like, I remember during COVID, right? Uh, all kinds of stuff was being taken down because they didn't want you saying this. They didn't want us freedom of speech. This is the United States. This is we're based on diversity. We're based on being multicultural. And if you take all of the sazon, all the flavor out, and who brings flavor to these lands? Black people, Latinos,
Black and brown people
Asians,
from the
Muslims.
beginning. From the
Okay,
beginning.
you take all of that out of the United States, you're gonna have a bland ass country. I'm
You do.
sorry,
Yeah,
no
you are. You
Yeah,
flavor.
are.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You are.
They
There's no doubt about
they
it.
I give them 50 years and
they
they
love
extinct.
our culture. They
Hey,
love
for
our
what?
culture, and they want to go to fucking Taco Tuesday, and they
Yeah,
want to drink tequila and Cinco de Mayo, and that. By the way, that is not our independence. Our independence is this week.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
but they want to do that. Go to Mexican restaurants, drink a margarita. You want to do all that. You love our culture, but you hate our people.
Yeah.
Fucking make it make sense. Make it make
It's even
sense.
in the
It's a,
commercials. Like if you see the commercials, like Thai, like these Fortune 500 companies, they're all using slang to promote their products. You know
Yes,
what I'm
they
saying? They
are.
either using some type of rap music, some type of Latino music, or
They're
something
taking
that's
your
going to
culture,
advertise.
our culture,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
So
trying to
everything you
spit in it and
mentioned,
act like it's theirs.
I mean, look at rock and roll, right? Look at rock and roll.
That
Anything,
comes from
anything,
Latino and Black people, and they know it. They
anything with a
literally,
little seasoning or spice didn't come from them. That didn't come from them.
yeah,
Let's be
zero.
honest about it. Let's just keep it hundo, right? Let's just keep
we
it hundo.
and you know, I'm not like, let's just go there. Let's just go there. Like Elvis and some of these other
Oh,
singers and all that,
please,
they would have never been. They
never.
took that music from Black people, from Latino. Like they were inspired. They saw things, and you know, I'm sorry, they were inspired by our culture.
And will
They
never give us
really,
the credit. You know
they're
the
never
biggest
gonna give us the
the
credit.
biggest lie. If I was a movie producer, the movie that I would love to make is a Latino oriented Western. There would be no cowboys without Mexicans. The fuck are you talking about? There would be no cowboys without Mexicans. Where's the Mexican
Absolutely the
movie
fuck
where
not.
the Mexican star saves the day and tries to keep these white people off his land? That's the movie that needs to be made.
It does. And I some of the heroes that I admire the most, Emilio Zapata. Like the one of the biggest quotes, and if you don't know who he is, I really highly suggest you look into him. Just Google his name, Emilio Zapata. He said, "I would rather die on my feet than spend a lifetime on my knees."
Yeah.
This is about standing up for what's right, what's humane. And some people are like, "Oh, I want to be neutral. I don't want to rock the boat." The boat's been fucking rocked, baby. You jump on what side? What side of history do you want to be on?
Yeah, you
You
say well.
know, so and people who have influence should be on here how we are right now, standing up for the people who can't stand up for themselves. I am an American citizen. I'm 3 generations here. I have 5 generations. We've been here since the early 1900s in Rockford. You know, wherever my family migrated from, Yes, my roots are from Mexico, but I am American born. So are my kids. So are my grandkids, my mother, my grandmother. So when people tell me go back to my country, this is my country. I can speak up. I can speak up
Yep.
loudly. But
Yep.
now, since Monday, because look at my dress, look at my earrings. I got indigenous. What, you're gonna fucking pull me over because I look like how I look? I'm gonna be dressing around like a fucking senorita for the rest of this year. You better believe it. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nah, and even with them deporting people, they're deporting just regular people that are citizens on accident. I seen a case where they sent a black man all the way to Africa, never been there before, and
Yep.
he just
And
walking
they're
around
deporting
homeless.
Haitians and they're deporting Muslims. Like it's not just Latinos. They're deporting everybody.
You know
But
who they're
they're just
not?
coming at us
That's a
harder right now.
You know who they're not deporting though? Russians. You know how many
No,
illegal Russians are in the United States? You don't know
no,
nothing about that.
no,
I
they're
wonder
not.
why. I wonder why. I wonder why.
Because they're of white race and they welcome and they want them here. And you see when they welcomed all them white Africans
Oh
here,
yeah,
they literally like gave them like here, come to our country, we'll help you,
that's such BS. That they're being
incentives to come
prejudiced and
here. But
it's
you're
such
telling us
BS.
to leave, and we had the conversation before you jumped on, Julio. But this is the indigenous people. That's how we became what we are. We're part indigenous and we're part colonizer. Like when you look at me and you, we look very European.
We do. I know.
Güeros.
And I
Like
do. I
son
do.
güeros. We're light
People
skinned.
call me Wedo all the time. All the
Yes,
time.
and and I know, like I got freckles. Where the hell? I'm Latina. I got freckles. I got some kind of mixed blood that
Yeah. 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 But you know
Um,
what's funny? If you look at my sisters, because I'm half Puerto Rican, if you look at my sisters, they're much darker, right? So Latinos, we understand that as Latinos, colorism is not that much of a thing to us because we know that our cousins are darker, our tias are
we're all
morenitas,
different
right? Like
colors.
we're all different colors. We all get that. We all understand that, right? That's why we're not ashamed of having black brothers and sisters and whatever, you know. So like that's all part of who we
But
are.
let's bring this up now. We
True.
do have
I
a
know what you're
lot
about
of
to say.
we do have a lot of these Latinos for Trump right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And
I will say,
even though
let me
they're doing all this,
yeah.
you have you seen the reactions like, oh, well, there's going to be mistakes made. I still support them. Da, da, da. What in God's name are you doing supporting a man that hates your people?
The Latinos for Trump have this idea. Oh, my family did it the right way, right? My
No.
family did it the right way. Let me educate some people on this. Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, ironically
Yes.
enough, right, was the one who did amnestia. Back in the day, all you had to do was file a paperwork and you got amnestia, as long as you didn't have any crimes, blah blah, right? General stuff.
Right.
Nowadays, that's nothing like the process. Nowadays, it's so to say that my family did it the right way, everyone else can't. Bullshit. You don't know your history. You don't know law. You sound like a moron. So I hate when Latinos for Trump try to bring up that point. It can be discredited and debunked constantly. If you're Cuban, you're able to just come here and get your papers right away. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? When people say, "Oh, they should wait in line," they have no fucking idea what the line is. The line is 5 years. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, most people have to wait 5 years to get their papers fixed. Tell me about efficiency, right? Tell me about fucking efficiency. So yeah, I hate that argument. That's one of the arguments I'd love to debunk from Latinos for Trump all the time.
And then they think, oh well, they're if they pull you over, baby, they're not going to ask you who you voted for. They don't give a fuck if you got a Trump sticker on your bumper. They're going to take you. They're going to take you. They don't give a shit. You got a Latino name. You're
Yeah.
brown like us. They're going to fucking take you. They don't give a shit. And what happens when you're in the position now where they take your family members, when it personally affects you, and they cannot say that it's not affecting them. We all know someone who knows someone that this is being affected by.
Absolutely, and we call that cooning. What do y'all call it? Like y'all got your, we call that shit.
You know what's
We call
funny?
it house niggas.
You know
We
what's
call
funny?
it straight
My
cooning.
my dad, me and my dad have been talking about this for years. He came up with a phrase, "Tio Taco." He's just a Tio Taco.
Or they call them coconuts. They're
Oh, they
brown
call
on
them
the
yeah,
outside
coconuts.
and white on the
Coconuts
inside.
is another one. Coconuts is
They
another good one.
and
Yeah.
what they want to do is, like you see some of these Latinos for Trump. They think I want to be more American, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna marry a white person. I'm gonna have white children. I want to whitewash myself. I'm gonna stop speaking Spanish in my household so I'll be more accepted. We actually have people in our Latin community that want to erase their identity, their true identity. That is fucking wild to me. How can you not be proud of your great grandparents that came here to try to make a better life for you? You wouldn't be with degrees and things like that if they wouldn't have made the sacrifices that they made. You should always honor your ancestors and your history and your lineage.
Yeah, girl, I hear you. History's not taught. History's not taught in
Not the
America.
right history.
Not the right history. You're right. Not the
Not
right
the right
history. Not the
history.
right history. Not
They
the right
tell us
history.
their history so that it doesn't demonize them.
That, and because we don't know our history, they can demonize us.
Yeah,
If you
they
don't
can
know
make
your
us.
history, if
Yeah.
you don't know that there was kingdoms in Africa long before the Europeans ever visited, you're never going to know these things, right? You're not going to know these things. So you're not going to know that Latinos were doing the great advancements long before. Latinos were fighting the American Revolution, right? You don't know
Yeah.
these things unless you don't know your history. It all goes with
Latinos and
that.
Black people fought in every war.
Exactly.
Every
Exactly.
single war.
Exactly.
They
And
will
credited.
not tell you about the heroic stories that we have done as Black and Latinos for this country because they
Yep.
don't want to paint that picture.
Right.
They're not gonna tell you that the first I think 4 presidents was black before George Washington.
Oh,
He only
really?
served 2 years. Absolutely, yeah. John
I didn't know
Wall.
that
Y'all
actually.
can y'all can Google that. Absolutely. The back of the $2 bill. He's sitting right there.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's it's all man. The reclassification. Like I say, that is literally the plan to erase our history and just adapt theirs. Like you said, if we didn't know that we were kings and stuff, and we only knew we were slaves, we're gonna think
Yep.
like that, and that's
Yep.
literally our mindset.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
there's a book on poverty. Like understand that. Like there's a book. Like they study poverty, and we just live it. We actually make it look cool. We make
People are
poverty
like,
look
yeah,
good.
you
It's
see
crazy.
people like they're so comfortable with living and depending on the system. Hey, what's up, Musa?
Yo, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Welcome.
Good, brother.
Man, I was out here. I'm out here eating, and I happened to check my. I'm glad I checked my message. So y'all
Good.
was talking about something great, something good.
We are glad to
We
have
in
you
here
on.
building, man.
So Julio, this is King Musa.
Nice to meet you,
Musa,
King
this is
Musa.
Julio. You know the rest of us. So Julio is an immigration attorney. So we've
Yeah.
asked him to come on, and we're having a great conversation right now. I'm
Yeah.
glad
My,
you
my
joined
office
us.
is in Elgin. My office is in Elgin.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Nice to
We
meet you.
close to Elgin,
Nice to
bro.
meet you too, man.
But yeah, man, we just speaking about the reclassification of our races, the ICE laws and stuff like that, man. Whatever you want to throw on there, bro, throw it on there. I mean, so at this point though, what can we do?
It's a
Like,
good
you know what
question.
I'm saying? Like, what can we do to be united? Because I think I said this like a couple times, but we got new people on now. But um, we got to unite in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, we have to come together. Like, there's no way that we can sit here and just thinking that we're not being attacked when they publicly have attacked as of Monday personally attacked y'all. So,
Yeah.
and we think that it's not going to happen to us. What do you guys think we can do as a collective?
It's a good question, bro. Melissa?
I do believe that together we are stronger, and we have to keep doing like this might be a small part what the four of us are doing right now, but it is for us to educate. Just like how you said, Julio, that's what you're doing in your office. That's what I do in my barbershop.
I
That's
know.
what I do on my podcast. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to speak. And I know doing so, like sometimes we become a target, but I cannot sit back and just watch people degrade my community and my
Yeah.
people. And you all saw this weekend, it was a hard decision, but we had to cancel all of our events.
No, and listen, I know that was a difficult decision for you guys.
That was not easy.
And I know you guys throw a really good event. Elgin is going to still have it, and I think that we have some things in place to kind of protect the people. But I know it's tough. It's tough on communities making this. You got to make these decisions. You got to make decisions.
They
Are we
put
gonna?
up that fence last week,
Mm,
and there's a lot of questions that are unanswered. The
mm,
fence is not up for no reason.
Hmm.
So we saw them do it in Chicago. We saw them do it here. We can
yeah.
only assume what's going to happen, but I will not put my community out on a silver platter for
No, of
them.
course not. Of course not. Of course
Um,
not.
and even I do have to say, Tom McNamara, our mayor, has been really good with us. He has been meeting with us event organizers and asking how he can help the community. And he's under attack too. We are considered a sanctuary city.
Yep.
And he's not abiding by this administration, and he is being targeted just like Chicago is right now. That explains why the fences are up. That explains why some of the things are being hidden from him. Nobody's discussing or telling him what's happening. They could at least let him know if it is criminal activity that they're coming to obtain. You can let him know that. They don't want to let him know because, of course, it's a freaking hidden agenda. They want to come in and when they want to do sweeps. And their goal was to hit us when Hispanic Heritage Month started, when we started our celebration for Independence Day.
Wow.
Mm.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, that's real. Like with that fence, like I have to know what's the purpose. Because if you already put a fence around a protected jail, like what the hell's going on? Am I tripping? Like it's already protected, ain't it?
These are just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Chances are those officers are going to be there, and once they start kidnapping people, they don't want anyone to storm that building. That's why they put up 12-foot fence all around it.
I agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen these tactics before. They're super predictable. I think this weekend we're going to start to see that type of thing kick off. They did come in June. In June, they were here obtaining people. I know they took 2 men and they took a 10-year-old boy and they deported them.
Wow.
So it did happen in Rockford already. And I know, people are like, well, stop spreading false information. Maybe it's not happening at the scale that it is in Elgin and Chicago yet, or like in Los Angeles, but it is about to go down, and our community needs to stay vigilant. You need to make sure that you know your rights, and some of those rights are, you can ask them what agency they're from. You can ask them for their name. You don't have to answer any questions if you don't want to.
You can
do you
video
have any
record
more
them.
advice too, Julio?
Yeah, I'll say you know a lot already, Melissa. You said all the main points. I would say if you have a current immigration case, to have your receipt on your phone, so you can show the ICE officer, hey, I got a case pending, right? There's really no need to detain me. Another thing, if you're with other people have a right to video. The Supreme Court has not taken that right away, right? Like people around, they can videotape what the interaction is going on.
So right now, that's our protection.
Yeah, exactly. And I would use it. I mean, we all have cell phones, right? We all have, so I would say that that's obviously a weapon that we should be using. And I would just say, stay calm. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. But honestly, at the end of the day, they're going to arrest you and they're going to detain you, right? There's little. I would not say fight back physically. I don't think there's anything to gain in that, right? As of now, at least that's my advice going down, right? But yeah, I think you've hit all the main points, Melissa. You've got to know that you have rights. Know that you don't have to sign anything, right? No one can force you to sign anything. No one can force you to sign your deportation. Unfortunately, there's a decision that just came down from the Supreme Court that says if you entered illegally, the judge does not have the right to give you bond, which is total bullshit. 80% to 90% of my clients have entered illegally. So it's like, what are we going to do here? But I would say that, have a plan. If you feel that you could get picked up and it gets complicated, talk to your family, talk to an immigration attorney, have a plan and set, right? So if you do get picked up, we can move quickly. Your attorney, your legal help, your family can move quickly, right? So I would say, don't let these assholes change our lives. Prepare. And then, you can kind of go on and try to live a normal, life going forward. But it's complicated, Melissa. And to be honest, these things change every week.
Yes, they do.
Unfortunately.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So we just have to stay on top of it. And I will still continue to celebrate this weekend. I'll just do it on a smaller scale. They cannot make me not proud of who I am and where I come from. I'm gonna watch the Canelo fight, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. People maybe have smaller cookouts and things like that. Enjoy your families. Just don't put yourself in situations you can't put yourself out of. Make sure if you are protesting at all that you're peacefully protesting. Don't give them the opportunity to do what they want to do, which is to get physical with us so that they can start some stuff that, that doesn't need to happen right now. So I'm just praying because like I know we were talking earlier about what happened to that gentleman in Franklin Park yesterday, and that was just a horrible situation. Of course he was scared. And then right away they're like, well, he already had traffic violations and he was, this, that. And so right away they tried to demonize him and make him look like he was a bad person. It was like, no, he was scared. You were going to like detain him, So he tried to pull off and the officer wouldn't let him go. And then, what happened? He ended up shooting him dead.
Sad.
And those are the things that they want. Like you were saying too earlier, he probably wanted, that officer probably wanted to do that. Those might have been, and then even like the signing up for ICE agents right now. Like recently they had the Tough Mudder here and they were signing up ICE agents there. I don't know if you all knew that. That just happened a few weeks ago.
For sure.
So they're looking to sign people up. They're offering them bonuses and offering them incentives every time they deport somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Rockford that's there that's giving up people that they know personally. It's the weirdest shit, man.
I'm having a hard time hearing you because of Musa's camera. Okay.
Not for me. No.
There we go.
Oh yeah. No, that was pretty much it though. But far as like I say, united us as I really hate saying black people, man, but like I say, that's the national term. But us as black people, um, like I say, we got to figure out a way to connect with each other. So
I agree.
Melissa, I highly respect. This is like our first long conversation. I never met you in person or anything, but I've always seen you connecting with our community, and man, shouts out to that for sure because it's people in our own community that don't connect with us.
Yeah.
And they're in those positions too. You know what I'm saying? I commend anybody, and I preached this. I did a podcast yesterday with a couple young men doing the 5-on-5 tournament, and I was letting them know that like what y'all doing, it should be a lot of elders reaching out to y'all like, hey yo, how can we help? Can we do this and do that? But it's always that disconnection of the crab in a barrel bucket mentality. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to see nobody doing better than the other ones. So
Yeah, that's
once again, man,
unfortunate.
I just want to take a yeah for sure. I just want to take a couple seconds, man, Melissa, to give your flowers, man. I'm actually excited and eager to meet you in person.
So am I. So am I. I love my community. I was born and raised here in Rockford. I will always advocate for people in Rockford. And I don't mean just my people, I mean people in general. What's right is right. What's humane is humane. Um, I'm always about putting on for my city and I will continue to do so. And like I said, I can't celebrate Fiestas Patrias this weekend, but you know what I will do? I have announced that I will be hosting a big photo shoot to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, which kicks off September 15th through October 15th. And I want to showcase all of the different beauty of Latina culture. So from different countries, different time periods. So we can do some Chola style, Pachuca, Zoot suit.
Awesome.
I want to do like traditional Mexican dresses, like the big flowy ones, like the folkloric dances. I want to do a photo shoot because that's how I express myself with art. So be on the lookout if you want to be a part of it. You want to be a hairstylist, a makeup artist to help me with this project. Me and my very good friend Janelle Davis. If you guys don't know Janelle, she is a very talented photographer. And this is how we're uniting. She is a Black sister and I love her so much. So we are trying to figure out, like you said, how do we start connect. So me and Janelle, good friend of mine, Black and Brown together. Right now it's got to be Black and Brown Pride. We have to figure out how to do things, how to bridge this, even if it's just a simple photo shoot. There are ways for us to connect. There are ways to support each other. Let's unite. Let's get together.
I think that's really great, Melissa, and I'd love to be a part of that photo shoot. But beyond that, I think in general, getting Black and brown people together, I think I think we focus on the similarities. We love to eat, we love to dance, we love to be social and party and joke around. Like those events, if you like what you just mentioned, I think would be a great idea to invite people together. I think we got to think of events that'll bring these two communities together, and I think that's the key. We get them together.
Black and brown event.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
call it whatever you want to call it, right? But I think that's what we need. We need an event where our two people come together and we say, hey, we have more similar than differences, right? There's more similar. We're going through the same struggles, right? Just different struggles, but the same struggles, under this bullshit. So it's like, I think that's how we do it, Melissa.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
also
talking
want
to me. I'm an event organizer, so right now my wheels are turning. How can we
Bam.
make this happen? When can we make this happen?
I love it.
I think King Musa been trying to say something. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, King Musa. Oh,
Oh, he got up out of there. Okay, nah, that's cool. It's cool. He probably say he had to leave or something,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I love that. Man, if whatever I can do to help that out, please let's set that up.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, we can have a bunch of vendors of all races, all you know what I'm saying.
showcase and
Even
spotlight small businesses, entertainment within our community.
yeah, even then, like even to he came back on. Even to white people, we only talking about the racism right now. Like we're not talking about everybody in general. I'm gonna just say this personally. My mom best friend was a white lady who helped raise me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we're not racist. It's
no, I
just the
agree with that.
facts. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on? So if you're not racist, please come over this way
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying,
Come
connect
this
with
way.
us.
We invite all.
yeah, no,
We
yeah.
invite all.
Absolutely.
No, and listen, we love our white allies. Our white allies are true. They're true. They help us out. We advance because we have white allies who can say, hey, this is some bullshit, and can talk to their their own family, be like, this is some bullshit, right? You can't be
I
doing this
have
to
heard
people.
white Americans have been putting Mexican flags on their cars to
I
help make
love
it
it.
harder for ICE to spot
I
us.
love that. See,
I have
so,
That's so
I
dope.
love people like
Oh,
that.
that
I
made me
love
want to
people
go
like
to one
that.
right now.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
You know they got them on the corners everywhere right now. Just go out there and buy one of them flags and put it on
Oh
your
yeah,
car.
especially
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah, I'm in the
And,
suburbs, so yeah.
and I want to encourage people, go and support Latino restaurants, go and support Latino stores, vendors. Don't go to big box office this week. Let's support this weekend, the rest of this month, and help out, because like us canceling our events, our local vendors are suffering. This was a source of income for
Yeah.
them. So like I want to encourage you, go out to Chavez Mexican restaurant, go out, visit Cultura Azteca if they're vending somewhere. Like go check out different small business vendors right now to support the Latin community.
Oh, my bad, Musa. It sounded like bro, you was trying to say something, but you kept cutting
Go
out.
ahead, Musa, jump on. He's having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Might be because he's moving, he's driving.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's always harder.
Oh, there he was.
Yep. But yeah, no, I stay in the neighborhood I live in. The population is primarily Mexican, Spanish, um, and my daughter's school. So every store, all the Burger Kings, McDonald's, everything over here is owned by Mexicans. So yeah, I have no choice but to support. You know what I'm saying? The Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree, everything around here is primarily Mexican. Popeyes is all Spanish people. So yeah, I love it, man, for sure. So yeah, so if we can get a group chat going and get that, you know what I'm saying, little event organized, you know what I'm saying? I am what? Like that need to happen sooner than later.
Definitely. Musa, you're on. Go. Oh, no, there he goes. He's
Yeah, yeah, that's a very, very powerful, educated man. Like I want to hear what he got to say so bad,
I
and
do
he
too.
just going in and out,
I
man.
do too, so bad. And he's an entertainer and an artist in the community too. I met him through the art community years ago, and we've always supported each other. So there are people out there that are already connected, already moving and shaking and trying to figure out how to do this thing where we unite. If you want to get involved, reach out to anybody that you see on this screen right here. We can definitely figure out how to connect our communities, because we are closer than you think. We are closer than you think. We are melanated people. We need to
Mm-hmm.
stick together, but we love our white allies too. So
Yeah.
if you want to help, I've had so many people reach out to me, and I love everybody that's reached out to tell me how they can help, how they can get involved.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, we love all Americans, right? No matter
Yes,
what shade color you are, we want everyone to have the same rights.
all
That's
Americans.
all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. So
Absolutely, yeah. We ain't gonna shy away from the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely gotta make sure we addressing that. But yeah, man. Man, y'all got anything else y'all want to lay on the people?
Um, no. Watch the Canelo fight tonight. It's gonna be a good fight. Canelo and Crawford. They're both great fighters.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see what the outcome of that is. Tonight at the Hard Rock Casino, we're gonna have La Última Banda playing. So this is the first time there's gonna be a banda at the Hard Rock in Rockford. So if you want to go out and pop out and enjoy with us in a smaller scale, come on out. Enjoy yourself. Screw City Tavern is also hosting the Canelo fight for free this evening. So if you didn't have a place to watch it, go to Screw City Tavern tonight off of Alpine so that you can enjoy that fight. You might see me there. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk about unity. Let's talk about love because our people are always trying to share and show love. We never want to show hate.
Yep. I think that's a beautiful message, Melissa.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. King Musa just messaged me. He was this what he was trying to say. He's like, he is the organizing manager for Citizen Action Illinois, and I want to collab with Know Your Rights event. So I guess he's looking for people to collab on the Know Your Rights event. So I'm sure he's probably might be talking to Julio again.
You sound distant. That's why I'm like
Yeah.
trying to listen.
Yeah.
My
I
bad.
didn't really hear it.
Y'all hear me okay?
Better
No.
now that you're
No, wait.
closer.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, King Musa, he had messaged me. I'm gonna read exactly what he said. So he said, "Man, bro, let them know I am an organizing manager for Citizen Action Illinois, and I want to collab on Know Your Rights event."
I would love that.
That's
I would
awesome.
love that.
That's awesome. And you know, in general, Melissa, if any of the viewers have any immigration questions, right? My office is located in Elgin, 847-423-5116, right? I'm happy to help out if I can.
For sure. If you can send me all the information, as soon as we done, I'm gonna upload this episode. I'm gonna chop the clips up, and I'm gonna get this moving today. So if you can send me all your information and stuff, with StreamYard, that's what I really hate about StreamYard. It limits us so much. It's probably only like 60 people watching or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus the big ass audience we all have together. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this episode, chop it up, and move around so everybody can see what's going on.
Yay.
Awesome. Thank
And if everybody does not know, I have my own podcast, Unscripted with Melissa Santillan. So you can always follow me on Facebook and all platforms that host podcasts. I'm on YouTube as well. So go ahead and follow me on different medias. I'm also on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram, Melissa Santillan.
All right,
you.
Julio, you
Awesome.
got any words of encouragement for the people, bro, before we get up out of here?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
I'm
What?
sorry, brother. You
Is
got
that for
any words?
Musa?
Nah, that was for Julio. Oh man, my audio
Julio.
going
Yeah,
out like
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't hear you, bro. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
oh, that's cool. You got any words of encouragement for the people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man, I would just say don't lose hope, right? Don't lose hope. The people on this screen are on your side. There's more people that are for the community. I know it looks bad out there. I know the Supreme Court. I know the presidency. I know the MAGA tards are out there, and it seems bad. But there's people out here to support you, not just in the immigration realm, the artists, the entertainers, the community organizers. So, you know, people like Melissa and many more people out in the community. So I'm here. We're here for you.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. Love that, man. And I have to end every episode um man, addressing my fathers. Hey, I am a full-time father of two beautiful girls. I wake up in the crib with us by ourselves every day, and sometimes I check out as being a parent. So I say that to say that you don't have to be perfect, man. Just be present, you know what I'm saying? Just show up. Don't try to let other people set standards on how your life should be. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them make you feel bad for sitting in your car for an extra 10 minutes before you walk in the house to get your mind together. Don't let them feel bad for you closing your door on one day and saying, "Hey, y'all gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, take care." If they old enough, of course. But like my daughter's 16, I have days when I say, "Hey, baby girl, if you can cook for me today or something like that, I got to get myself together." She's definitely there for it. So don't let nobody make you feel bad for caring about your self health because especially if you're doing it by yourself. But all fathers, man, we love y'all. Melissa, thank you so much. Julio, brother, I appreciate it. I hope
Appreciate it,
we
man.
can connect.
Thank
I'm
you.
pretty close to Elgin too, so Man,
Hit me
let's.
up
I'm
whenever,
here
man.
for whatever we can do, bro.
We might all
For
have
sure.
to connect and meet, go to lunch,
Let's do
go
that.
do something so we
Let's
can
do
have
that.
in
Let's do that.
person conversation. I would love that.
I can drive to Rockford. I got no
Yeah.
problem with that. Yeah,
I'm down.
I'm definitely down for that as
Well,
well.
you guys are closer. I might have to go out to you to go visit, but I don't mind.
We got good
Okay.
Mexican. We got good
We'll
Mexican out here,
we'll
Melissa.
meet in the middle somewhere. Okay,
That's
you
cool. I'm
guys.
down for that. I'm down for that.
Absolutely.
I am too.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Y'all can stay on. I'm gonna close it out though.
Now,
Full time father podcast, man. We here. We
appreciate it, guys.
appreciate y'all.